guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is Nikki here. So today I've done another colourful look. I wasn't actually planning on doing colour. I kind of just stumbled across it. I wanted to do pastels. I just wanted to do something super soft, and I've decided to go for this kind of really girly, pretty pink look. Very pastel, very wearable. You could change the lip for a nude lip and then it would be totally wearable, because it looks like I've just popped a little bit of blusher on the eyes, and you can tone this down or you can go all ham on the pink and add sparkles. I think it's just really pretty, really girly, and I actually love this look. Let me know your thoughts down below, but for now, if you want to see how I created this makeup look, then just keep on watching. Okay guys, so we're going to start off just with a fresh base. I've also done my hair for this tutorial. What do you guys think of it? I'm going to start by applying these eye gel patches that I got, I think, from a Korean store in London. And then I'm going to apply a little bit of the Hangover moisturizer by Too Faced. This is a moisturizer and primer, I believe, in one. But I'll leave it all down below just to moisturize and get my skin prepped. We're also going to pop on the Too Faced lip injection because I love this stuff. The eye gel fell down, but just removing that, massaging everything into my skin to get it super hydrated. I'm then going to apply my favorite foundation. I just reach for this foundation all the time. It's the MAC Face and Body in the shade C6. So you can see here how it's the perfect shade for me, but also it's super natural. So it's very watery. It's perfect for you guys that just want something super natural. It's a lighter than a tinted moisturizer, I would say. But it just looks so beautiful and dewy on the skin. Let me know what you think of it down below. So I'm just going to pop that straight onto my beauty blender again and then blend this all over the face. I actually also take this down the neck area, and depending on the cut of my top on the day, I would always take it down to my chest if I need to. I don't really wear low cut tops, but I just like this all to be seamless because honestly guys, when you apply your foundation and you don't take it down, you can really see the difference. So I'm just applying it on to my chest, and I guess it's really dangerous with white. I ended up actually getting this top dirty, which is annoying. Then I'm actually going to take another foundation, which is a Smashbox foundation. And I like to do this. So say you've got any full coverage concealers that you may think are too full coverage, I actually use them as concealer. They work amazing. So I'm going to pop this underneath my eyes. I'm also going to pop this a little bit around my mouth area. Now the reason being for that is because this foundation's more, I believe it's the shade 3.35. It's a little bit more on the orangey side. So any dark pigmentation that you've got in the skin, it's going to really get rid of that. If you pop on anything that's too light, your dark circles or your hyperpigmentation can go a bit ashy, which means it goes a bit grey and very dull looking. So we don't want any of that. So I'm just going to pop on this concealer, blend it out, and you can see how full the coverage is. It's worked beautifully as a concealer, so you don't actually need concealer in your life, guys. Just a full coverage foundation. Then we're going to move on to cream contouring. I'm popping a little bit of my MUA Pro Base Oil into my Anastasia contour palette. I'm taking the yellow mixed with a tiny bit of the peach, and I'm popping this on my under eyes, down the center of the face as well, on my forehead and on my chin. And then I'm going to blend it out. Now, popping the essential oil into the cream really shears it out. So just to be careful that it doesn't lift your foundation. It lifted a little bit of mine, but as you blend, it kind of just merges into one and it's fine. So just keep blending if that is the case. You can always pop on a little bit more of that highlighter as well, but you can see how it's really added to the dewiness of the skin. Now I'm going to go into a couple of the brown shades, mix them together. I'm going to apply this as a cream bronzer just to add a little bit of definition to the face. Now I rarely edit my videos like a lot, so you guys are going to see me going down in the palette, and I don't edit so it's quick. I edit so you guys can see. So I'm hoping that you like this style. I'm just going to pop it in all the places that I would usually bronze, and then using a MAC stippling brush. I find that this brush is really easy to use because it leaves you with more of a kind of natural finish to the skin. And you can see, even though it looked like I applied quite a lot of this cream bronzer, when you buff it out, because it's got the essential oils in it, it just buffs out really natural. I like using this technique if I want it to be more sheer and I don't want loads and loads of product. Cream and liquids will always look natural on the skin as opposed to powders. Now I am going to go over top with a powder, but it just means that the lasting power on the skin is going to be
lengthened. Yeah, it's going to be lengthened. It's going to just last a longer time. So I'm going to blend that all out, and then I'm also going to blend the nose bronze or the nose contour out as well, just using a smaller, fluffier brush. I like to do this nose area, not because I need to contour my nose or feel like I need to, just because it ties in with the whole bronze going on around the outskirts of the face. Then I'm going to brush through the brows, and then I'm going to fill them in very quickly using my Benefit Precisely My Brow in shade number 5. You guys have seen me do this a trillion times. Benefit is my go-to for brow products. I love the way it makes my brows look, and I love everything about Benefit brow products. I think they are insane. I'm also going to take the 24-hour brow setter and then brush my hairs up. So you can see here I've brushed my hairs up, but then I went in and just brushed them back down just to make sure that they were set properly. Then we're going to take the NARS translucent powder, and I'm going to use this, I believe this is an Illamasqua tapered brush. Like a fluffy brush, and I'm going to dot this powder all over the skin. Now the reason being is my studio's burning hot. I wouldn't powder as much, but I knew I was going to be taking photographs this day, and I feel like when you set with powder, your face just does not move. I know I'm the type of person that if you're an OG follower, you know I never used to set, but powdering has actually changed my life, and you can see the dew sit underneath. Now just to give me that extra glow, I'm going to use this Glow, I believe it's Glow Recipe watermelon spray, and it's just going to bring the glow back into the skin and get rid of that powderiness. Then I'm going to take the Huda Beauty. This is the Matte and Metals, and I'm going to take the Pastel Pink. I'll leave the shade of it down below. I think it's coming off a little bit lighter on camera, but it's a very nice pastel pink. And this is the first time I'm ever using this colour actually. I popped it on my eyelid, and then I take a fluffy brush just to really buff that out. Now you can see when you buff it out, you lose the pastel colour, but don't worry, I will be going over with powder. I wouldn't reapply liquid over top, because I feel like with these liquids, the ones that I've tried, they kind of get a bit crusty if you apply it too much. They can get a bit too much, you know, and you don't want that. Now once that's all nicely blended out, I'm actually going to go into this Colourpop palette, which is absolutely stunning. Take the Pastel Pink, which is more of a blue tone pink. That's the kind of shade that I was going for. I didn't want it to be too warm, if there's such a thing as warm pink. You know, there's a blue undertone pink. That's the colour that I was going for. So I'm just popping that on again with that fluffy brush just over the top. I think this colour looks absolutely beautiful. I did not want to add darker colours into it like I did my lilac tutorial. I just wanted this to be very, very pastel and beautiful and bubblegum-like, and I feel like I have achieved that. I think this look is also very wearable. You don't have to go as strong with the pink, but I think because it's pastel, you can kind of get away with it. And then I'm taking a smaller shading brush, and I'm taking that pastel pink down below as well. I felt like I needed a bit more definition on the bottom, so I've taken the brighter pink in the palette, and I'm popping this on underneath the eyes just to give it a little bit of depth. Then going into my Morphe blusher palette, I'm going to bronze up. I'm using the bronzy colours in the palette. I think it's a bronzer or a blusher palette, or both. I'm taking the bronzy colours, and I'm just dabbing over the areas that I did the cream bronzer. Now I try not to swipe as much because I don't want to move any of that liquid underneath. I don't want it to kind of congeal underneath. So just press the product on, and it really, really does nicely warm up the skin. You can see how it's super, super natural. I'm a very big fan of adding light colors, not light colors, but light layers of product in colors that are suitable, and then building them up. I just think it looks a lot more natural. So I'm going to add a little bit to the tip of my nose as well, and down the sides. Then I'm going to take this Pop Beauty blusher quad, and I'm taking that bright pink. I wanted to keep the theme running, and we're applying the pink blusher on to the apples of the cheeks. And I always like to take my blusher up towards the temples, but the strength of the color is always going to be on the apples. Now, I was looking at this color, and I felt like, I don't know, I felt like it was still a bit too peachy or rosy on my skin for some reason, even though it's a bright pink. So what I ended up doing is I actually went into the eyeshadow palette and took the eyeshadow that I popped on and applied this just to get a little bit more of that coolness. There's actually a MAC blusher that does this really well. I think it's called Dainty or something like that, but they do a really nice blue tone pink blusher that would have probably been perfect for this look. If you've got a little bit heavy-handed, don't worry, you can go over the top with your beauty blender. And then I'm moving into highlighter. I'm using this Doll Beauty Duo. I love Doll Beauty for highlighters. If you like that wet look without the glitter, Doll Beauty highlighters are stunning. They're a bit like the Ofra ones, and they're just wet looking, and dewy. So I'm going to pop this on all the high points of the face. I concentrate just on my cheekbones and just down the center of my nose and also on my cupid's bone. You can see just the wetness that it's given to my skin. Then we're going to take the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. This is a new packaging one. How stunning is it? Now this mascara, if you like wispy lashes and long lashes, is for you. But I'm also obviously going to be applying wispy lashes. I'm using Huda Beauty's Samantha lashes. Now these aren't as big as I usually go, but they're wispy, and I think that I needed something soft for this look, seeing as this is a pastel look. I didn't want anything too spiky. I wanted it to be soft and wispy. And then I'm going to apply the mascara on the bottom lashes just to finish the eyes off. For lips, I'm moving straight onto lips. I'm going to use my Primark brown lip liner. I promise you guys, I'm going to find another dupe for this. I actually love the Rimmel Ultimate Lip Liner, but I've run out of that as well. But you'll notice that I use this lip liner with every single lip color. And of course, I wanted to go for like a pinky sort of tone. So I'm using this Revolution Liquid Lip. I'll leave the shade down below. And I'm actually mixing it a little bit with the HMB Ride or Die Liquid Lip. We mix them together just a tiny bit. And then I'm going to mix the Maybelline. This is Dreamer in shade 10 with this as well. I used a combination because I was trying to find the perfect pink shade. And then again, I'm going to apply that glow spray over the top just to let everything settle. I want the glow to be added back to my skin. I don't want it to be too matte looking. And that is it, guys. I hope you guys really enjoyed this tutorial.
Okay guys, and that is it for this pink pastel look. Let me know your thoughts down below. Would you wear this look? What colour do you want me to do next? It was actually going to be either this pastel pink or just a very neutral look, or it was going to be a pastel blue look, which I really want to do, like that kind of 70s, I think it's 70s inspired, really pale blue as opposed to navy or royal blue, because I've never done that before. Anyways, follow me on Instagram. I'm going to leave the link down below because I upload videos there for you guys every single day, and I'm always storying. I constantly story. I'm kind of addicted to Instagram, addicted to my phone, so follow me there. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. And I love you guys so very much. I'll see you in my next video. Mwah.